There's someone in your life right now. Maybe a friend, maybe a coworker, maybe someone you love. And every single time you walk away from them, you feel just a little worse than before. Not because of anything they said exactly, not because of one big thing you can point to. Just worse, smaller, heavier, like something was taken from you. You can't explain it, but something is off. Today, we're going to name exactly what that is. The word toxic gets used a lot, but what does it actually mean, psychologically? A toxic person isn't always someone who screams at you. They're not always obviously cruel. Sometimes they're charming. Sometimes they're family. Sometimes they're the person you've known for years. But over time, slowly, quietly, being around them makes you feel less like yourself, less confident, less free, less okay. That's the real definition, and there are 7 specific signs that reveal it. Before we begin, I want you to think of one person in your life. Just one. Someone who, when their name appears on your phone, you feel something shift inside you. Not excitement, not warmth, something closer to bracing yourself. Keep that person in mind. Let's see how many of these signs fit. Sign number 1. Every conversation somehow becomes about them. You share something difficult, a bad day, a fear, a loss, and within 2 minutes, they've redirected it back to their own story, their problems, their feelings, their experience. Psychologists call this conversational narcissism, the pattern of consistently steering attention away from others and back to oneself. It's not always malicious, but it is consistent. And after a while, you stop sharing because you already know you won't really be heard. Imagine this. You finally open up. You say, "I've been really struggling lately." And they say, "Oh, I know exactly how you feel. Last week I had the worst time, let me tell you." And just like that, the conversation is theirs again. You sit there, nodding, listening. Your moment, gone. That quiet disappointment you feel, that's not you being too sensitive. That's a real pattern, and it matters. Sign number 2. They criticize you, constantly, but not in the way that helps you grow. It's the kind of criticism that chips away at you, disguised as jokes, disguised as just being honest. "I'm just saying this because I care about you. You're too sensitive, it was just a comment." Research in social psychology shows that chronic low-level criticism erodes self-esteem far more than single dramatic events because it's relentless and it's quiet. And over time, you start to believe it. You try something new, maybe a project, a haircut, an idea you're proud of, and their response is a pause, a slight raise of the eyebrow. "Interesting choice." Or, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Nothing huge, nothing you could even argue with, but you feel it, that small collapse inside your chest, that second guessing that wasn't there before you talked to them. You came in confident, you left unsure. That's not coincidence. Sign number 3. They never take responsibility. Not once, not fully. When something goes wrong, it's your fault, or bad luck, or someone else's doing. When they hurt you, you're overreacting. When they make a mistake, there's always a reason, always a justification, always a redirect. Psychologists call this pattern externalization, the consistent refusal to own one's actions. And it leaves you in a strange position. You start apologizing for things you didn't do. You start doubting your own memory of events. That's not a small thing. That's called gaslighting. And it starts exactly here. You bring something up, calmly, carefully. "That thing you said last week, it really hurt me." And instead of "I'm sorry," you get, "I can't believe you're bringing this up now. You always do this. After everything I've done for you?" And somehow, by the end of the conversation, you're the one apologizing. You came with a wound. You left carrying theirs too. Does that sound familiar? Sign number 4, and this is the one most people miss. They drain your energy, not through one big dramatic moment, but through the slow, consistent weight of being around them. After you spend time with them, you feel exhausted. Not physically tired from a long day, something deeper, something cellular. Like you need hours alone just to feel like yourself again. Psychologists describe certain people as energy vampires, not a metaphor, but a real behavioral pattern where someone's emotional demands, negativity, and need for attention consistently deplete the people around them. Pay attention to how you feel after. That feeling doesn't lie. You meet for coffee, or a call, or dinner. It's fine. It's fine. But when it's over, you come home and you just sit. You don't want to talk to anyone. You don't want to do anything you love. You just feel empty. And you might tell yourself you're just tired. But notice, is this how you feel after spending time with everyone? Or just them? That answer is important. Hold on to it. Sign number 5. They use guilt as a weapon. Not anger, not threats. Guilt. After everything I've done for you, I guess I just don't matter to you. Fine, don't worry about me. This is emotional manipulation, using your empathy, your conscience, your love as leverage to control your behavior. The cruelest part, it works best on the kindest people, because kind people feel guilt deeply, and toxic people know exactly how to use that. You cancel plans because you're genuinely exhausted. You explain kindly, apologetically, and they say, "It's fine, I just thought I meant more to you than that." And now you can't rest because the guilt is louder than the exhaustion. So you go. You show up, hollow, resentful, pretending to be present. And they seem perfectly fine because they got what they wanted. Your boundaries, gone, replaced by their comfort. Sign number 6. They slowly isolate you from other people. It rarely happens all at once. It's subtle, gradual. I don't know why you hang out with them. She never really liked you, you know. You seem different since you started spending time with him. Piece by piece, the people in your life start to feel like problems, and they start to feel like your only safe option. This is one of the most dangerous signs, because isolation is the foundation of almost every form of emotional abuse. When you have no one else to reflect reality back to you, their version of reality becomes yours. You look up one day and realize you haven't called your old friends in months. You've turned down invitations, pulled back from family, and it happened so naturally you almost didn't notice. But trace it back. Who made those other relationships feel complicated? Who planted the seeds of doubt about the people who love you? Who benefited most from you having no one else to turn to? Sometimes the loneliness you feel was carefully constructed by someone who needed you to need only them. Sign number 7. Around them, you feel like you're too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too needy, too serious, too reactive. You find yourself constantly editing yourself, shrinking, softening, apologizing for your own feelings before you even finish expressing them. Here's what psychology tells us. Healthy relationships expand you. They make you feel more like yourself, not less. If someone consistently makes you feel like your authentic self is a problem to be managed, that's not about you being too much. That's about them being unable to hold space for a real human being. You have a feeling, a real one, a valid one, and before you even speak it, you run it through a filter. Will they think I'm being dramatic? Am I overreacting again? Maybe I'm just too sensitive. You second-guess yourself into silence. And here's the painful truth. That inner critic, the one that sounds so much like your own voice, it was learned from someone who taught you that your feelings were the problem. You weren't born downing yourself like this. So why do we stay? Why do we keep these people in our lives even when we can see the pattern? Because it's rarely simple. Because sometimes they're also warm and funny and familiar. Because leaving feels like failure. Because they need us, and we've been taught that needing is love. Because trauma bonding is real. The cycle of tension and relief, of pain and moments of connection, creates an attachment that feels like love, even when it isn't. And because deep down, part of us believes we can fix it, that if we try harder, give more, be better, they'll finally become who we need them to be. That day rarely comes, but hope is a powerful thing to let go of. Here's the shift I want you to feel right now. Noticing a pattern is not betrayal. Naming what hurts is not cruelty. Protecting yourself is not selfishness. You are allowed to look clearly at the people in your life and ask honestly, does this person make me more or less? Do I grow near them or do I shrink? Do I feel safe or do I feel managed? You don't have to make a dramatic decision today, but you are allowed to know the truth. That's where everything begins. If something in this video landed for you, if you recognize someone or maybe recognized a pattern you've been carrying for years, I want you to know, awareness is the first act of freedom. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You just have to be willing to see clearly. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a comment below which sign hit closest to home. And if you want to go deeper, the next video is already waiting for you. Thank you for watching Psychology Briefly. Take care of your mind, take care of your heart. And remember, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. See you in the next one.